Hello, everyone, and welcome back to... Nope. Aneria, the Shattered Realm, session 24. Woo! Got it there in the end. Yes.
Good job.
Yeah, we're all back. We're all happy to be back. Welcome back, Dallin. Hopefully your journeys to California were all right.
You know, they were okay.
Good.
The mouse was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
How was the boss battle?
The boss battle sucked. It was brutal. My feet are still sore.
like four different phases at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a really big sword.
Sorry, I am just imagining like you fighting a giant Mickey Mouse.
He just keeps
And
evolving.
the reason why your feet are sore is because he summons like swarms of children, and you have to like
just like hit me in the feet
the whole
with
like how
hammers.
many
Or you gotta kick them.
yeah that's why your feet is
The inverse Pied Piper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's more efficient
Ooh,
to kick
yes.
than it is to like punch down.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
that would be the inverse Pied Piper.
True.
Before we begin tonight,
Trances
with that
people and I'm gonna write
fun
this down.
thing in
This is
mind,
great.
yeah, do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It really helps us out and helps more people reach us, which is always so good.
Yeah, share it to your friends
Exactly.
who are interested in D&D but not sure. Show them this. This will get
Are you or
hooked.
your friends D&D curious?
Don't forget to go back and watch last week's little episode where Torrey did a wonderful rendition of the song that she did for the Little Hope episode.
Encore.
Very good.
Still truly questioning that life choice.
Bardically
To do that.
inspired.
Yep, absolutely. Everybody who listens to it gets a D8 on their next roll. So.
Whoop, whoop.
Do they?
Yeah.
I listened to it.
Yeah, everybody
I
gets a
listened to it a
D8 on
lot.
your next roll. Consider
sure
it
you
an
did,
epic
honestly.
die plus.
Yes. Whoop, whoop.
And then why don't you go check out Dallin's channel too? There's a lot of really cool stuff over there.
It is slowly rebranded
Yeah.
to be more anime focused.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So just go there.
And so if you want some really cool like anime stuff, I watched watched a clip from it was Ryuko today or something like that. That was really funny. I need to send it to you. I don't even remember that.
Send it over.
Yeah, I've been liking your recommendations, and
Thank you.
I'm excited to see
Yeah,
where it
we've
goes.
got, let's see, Oshinoko on there. We've got Heavenly Delusions coming up, Hell's Paradise. Let's see what else is good. Insomniacs After School.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just go check it out.
Very awesome. And then also, one other thing that you could do, join us on Fridays for a stream, either on Twitch or on YouTube, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we either paint some cool minis or do some horrifying art that always haunts my dreams.
Good art. But
It's good.
Sometimes it can be
But it is
horrifying.
haunting.
Spooky art.
He uses the entrails of his enemies to make the art. That's why it's horrifying.
That it's called Photoshop, yeah, but
That's the only way you appease Lord Adobe.
yep, exactly. And then finally, thank you to Syrinscape, as always, for their wonderful.
That was really quiet.
That was really quiet. The cow's louder. The
Cow's
cow is
back.
always.
Cow's back.
Yep, that cow is always around.
Cows
He's
are back
angry.
in town.
The
Or
cow.
she is birthing.
Cow's a watcher.
one of those things.
It's always around watching us.
Probably
Exactly.
Hear that?
Or
nice air.
anything.
And with that, let's go
Sorry.
ahead and get into tonight's episode.
Yes.
Last session, couple sessions ago, the Wayward Watch was in a little bit of a pickle.
Oh, I remember what happened. Yeah.
3 out of 4 of the members were off in the Fey realm, or what was left of it, and had found a reliquary and had to work their way through some magical locks in order to get to the gooey magical item center within. Meanwhile,
Tastes like
Victor...
nougat.
Yep. Victor had the oh-so-thrilling task of being on trial with the Baba Yaga. And during that trial, the Baba Yaga came to you with a deal of sorts. If you became one of her horsemen, she would waive all the charges.
Different than
and-
Horseman.
Yes, very different. And different than oarsmen.
Yes.
I'm looking at you, Carol.
Or s'moresman. That sounds delicious.
S'moresman, yes.
Dang it! I got the
Write that down.
S'moresman.
S'moresman. Yep, that's another
That's a
good
new monster.
That
It's
is
like
a,
the Stay
uh,
Puffed, but it's a giant s'more.
Yep, exactly.
That's a Terradale episode.
Yep, it is.
Oh my god.
Be on the lookout for that.
We need to get back to Terradale.
Oh, we do. now that you know there's
serious.
s'mores involved, every time you kill one of the s'moresmen, you get to eat a s'more.
All right.
That's how you
They're like
sustain yourself.
they're like the cheeseburgers from A Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Or they're just like cheeseburger spiders, but it's they're
Those are my
s'mores.
favorite movies.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, it was really good.
The second one actually
Anyway.
is the best.
Really, I enjoyed the first one better.
Is the second one that has the little strawberry? That's always like,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's my favorite one.
And woo.
Yes.
Anyway, you had a deal, and you took the deal. And as soon as you took the deal, the party came back. They actually they managed to talk their way into stealing the item that the Baba Yaga had stolen, or at least one of her horsemen had stolen.
That cancels out the stealing, so it's allowed.
Yeah, double stealing is always allowed.
And we gave it to the Fang.
You gave it to the Fang. That's correct. At which point, the Baba Yaga, very upset with her horseman, dismissed him, turned him to dust, and then appointed Victor right then and there as her new brightest day, I believe, or bright day is the horseman that you are, or is it Red Sun?
This was the Red Sun.
Red Sun, which came with a slew of new abilities, including some fire resistance, which is nice.
Superman from Russia.
Yeah. And then you also got your specialized horseman's mount, which you asked John Broomman, who you had reconciled with, what he would pick, and he, of course, chose Brisinger as the proper mount. The only good mount would be a broom. And then you also got a summonable sidecar in the form of a Tyrannosaurus skull, an upside down.
It's just room on the broom.
Yep.
The book.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
And with that, y'all were dismissed. Not with the Baba Yaga with the southern accent, because not everybody needs to have a southern accent.
All y'all.
All y'all.
Would be the true southern.
And you were whisked through a portal back to whence you came. But not before a couple things were set in motion. First of all, the Fang said that she would look into getting a audience with Zolos for you, Aramis. So that is an interesting tidbit. She's looking into that. Bolt wanted to hear the full story of how the Wastelands came to be, basically how the Fey Realm fell. And you got a somewhat complete version of it. It looked like there were pieces that even she was missing. She didn't know quite what happened. Mysteries upon mysteries, as they were. And then, of course, Fred. Lovable Fred. Asked for one of the items from the reliquary that she could not get in time.
I can't help it, darling. It looked beautiful.
And it did. It was a crown of tentacles, eye stalks, as it were, and it went on your head and sunk into your brain almost and came alive. So
It's like JoJo's.
yeah,
Oh boy.
that is definitely something that is we're gonna have to look at.
Might have been a mistake.
Who knows?
Slowly drinking your blood.
Ooh.
There's no mistakes.
Thing that
There's happy little
attached into your
accidents.
skull.
Happy little accidents.
Is that what it is?
Happy. There's no mistakes. There's happy little natural ones
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
or critical fails.
Happy little critical fails.
Yep.
Let's just draw one right here.
I'll just put a little critical fail right
Put
there.
a little check mark to represent my failure.
That's a death saving throw failure for me. But that's okay. Sometimes life gives you a death save fail.
Yeah.
Also, Aramis has an army of
That's
tooth fairies.
yes.
Teeth fairies?
I mean,
What do you
yeah,
call
I
them?
did make a
Bleach.
deal.
I thought
What was
they
his
were
name?
bleach
Bitterbit?
Bleach fairies, yeah. Bitterbit
Bitterbit
and his
fairies.
clan, yep, of bleach fairies.
I set them free for a year and a day, as one does.
What would the
Naturally.
collective group name of a group of bleach
I
fairies
think
be?
it's
A murder of bleach fairies.
A murder.
a murder. Yeah, obviously.
A
Or a
Coven.
A congress.
A
Congress?
dental practice of bleach
Dental
fairies.
practice of bleach fairies.
Yes. A denture.
A dentistry.
A molar.
Something with Dent.
Bitterbit
dentistry.
DDS.
Bleach fairies.
D.
But whatever you call them,
A full set of teeth.
even if it's just a swarm, which is a fine word for it, they are now within the tower, the Wayward Watchtower, and have carte blanche to go out at night to steal bones and teeth and any sort of marrow to their heart's content.
We are trying to clean up the city
For a year and a day.
for a year and a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about
First week,
There's been
everyone
a
was
lot
like,
of murder. There's a lot of bones that gotta go somewhere.
Yep. It's
We're
true.
cleaning up this town. All right?
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Did we tell them that they could take it just from like bad people or just
Nope.
just like
There was
There was
Southport in general?
It just said, come to Southport. You can live in the tower for a year and a day, and you can only come out at night.
And how many about were there?
When you saw them fighting the trolls, there was easily over 100 leech fairies.
Oh, sorry, Salsport. We're going to be in Arconis, so
Yeah.
hopefully
Well, yeah,
We
You're
come
gonna-
back and there's no one there. It's just like
They're just piles of goops. They have no more bones, but they're all alive because it's magic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think this through. I want to go back.
there's a lot of things we didn't think through.
We save
be like
and
Wall-E.
exit and go back
Everyone's-
and reload. A previous
Everyone's
save.
bone density becomes so small they have to go around in little Wall-E cars.
Yes, I love that.
We'll just have to see what comes of that. But I think tonight we are going to be somewhere different. After the party returned to Meadstead, they boarded their new airship that had just recently finished its repairs, which we do not quite have a name for yet. The Wayward Wanderer was thrown about, but you didn't really like the idea of a Wanderer being a good name for a ship.
Too negative.
Yeah.
Wayward Wanderer.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
Star Screamer.
Yeah.
Star Screamer.
You said Stargazer at
Stargazer.
one point.
I don't.
So-
Fred really doesn't care because she's a new member.
The Wayward Gazer.
Wayward Geezer.
That's why.
Get off my land!
Get from my astro sea.
My astroturf.
But after taking off in the airship, leaving Meadstead, your destination was pretty clear. You went to Archdom. You were going there to see if you could get any additional defenses, basically. You were looking to buy
we had 2 hookshot cannons and 2 empty spots. We needed 3 engines.
Yes.
Out of 4? Was that what
Out
it
of
was?
5.
Out of 5. And let's see, 2 of them could be repaired, so we repaired those.
Yep.
15,000 gold apiece, according to my notes.
Correct. Yeah. So you can, if you have the gold for it, you can buy the extra engines. Otherwise, you're just going to be a slower airship than this type of airship typically would be. And then the spell cannons were each. Oh, sorry, my bad. When you arrived at Archdom, which took, Leslie, it took you about 2 days to get there. And this ship with 2 spell thrusters is just about as fast as Cascas's ship, the greatest treasure. So it doesn't take you too long, just 2 days back to Archdom.
Okay.
At which point you docked and you immediately started looking for any sort of equipment that you could find, any sort of spell cannons that you'd kind of heard about. Unfortunately, there don't appear to be any spell cannons in Archdom. And when you talk with any sort of like arcane artificers or anything such as yourself, you kind of quickly realize that spell cannons are something that Bolt knows in his head, but they're not native to Aneria. They haven't been developed yet. So you won't be able to do that. You can get a light cannon for 2,500 gold pieces each, or heavy cannons for 3,500 if you wanted to add some additional arsenal.
Okay. Write those down.
Is space cold? Do we need warm clothes?
So,
We need to travel.
so generally, the Astral Sea, and this is more meta knowledge, is.
Well, Bolt should know this.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, I guess I've probably studied this. Well, normally when you go out to the Astral Sea, it's your ship's kind of enveloped in a sort of bubble. Keeps the atmosphere in, so you can breathe, and it generates gravity as well, so that we can stay on the ship itself. It's usually part of the Spelljammer helm. Are we using Spelljammer as, or do you call them something different?
Well, let me see if I have a different name for it.
Oh dear.
I think
But in my research, I found we can't really get spell cannons. There's none available. We might have to craft them or find some other way to get them. But we can get some other cannons, some lighter cannons or some heavier cannons that shoot larger cannonballs and projectiles. They're 2,500 gold for the lighter ones and 35 for the larger ones. We have two hook shots, which are not generally offensive weapons, unless you're trying to reel in other ships or anything out in the Astral Sea. But
How dangerous do you think this place is that we're going?
I'm not.
Do we need this, or
I don't know if I'm too worried about Arcanus itself. I mean, there are dragons, apparently. So maybe we should splurge for some heavier cannons. And perhaps we could sell them later and as we replace them. And also I looked for engines as well, and I think the best price I could get on them was 15,000 gold. Right, 15,000. So it's a little bit out of our budget, I believe.
All right, I have 11,800.
Okay.
What do you guys have?
13,174.
I have 5,381.
So one more reminder, because it has been a couple weeks. You can opt for propeller engines instead, which are 7,500 gold for the total 3.
And those are better in atmosphere. They don't work out in the astral sea.
Yeah, they're not as good in the astral sea, but they will give you a little bit of extra push in atmosphere.
Question.
Yes.
There was. Never mind. It's listed as hopes. I just had a reminder to tell Dallin we had money for.
Oh, that was
hopes.
that's on the little hopes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can get some propellers as a temporary engine, which means less strain on our primary ones. So while we're on Arcanus or in Aneria or anywhere else we decide to go that has an actual atmosphere, those are 7,500. If we did that and the 2 heavy cannons, we're looking at 14,500. If we want to split that all up evenly, I've got about 7,000 gold as well.
How much would it be to kidnap a air elemental?
Do you know of any that would, well, not want to be kidnapped, but do you know of any that could be kidnapped?
I don't know, maybe Embarrass has some friends.
Hey, Embarrass.
Borrow one of your.
Can we embargo you?
That's so bad. I love it.
Well, I know there are many artifacts, and I mean, we've ran into it before with the Ald Steel and other things out there. Perhaps in Arcanus we can find something to help us either build some engines or maybe they've been doing airship stuff longer than we have, and it's more widespread or cheaper.
Well, I say we just divvy it all up and.
So the 3 engines plus the 2 cannons. Okay. So that's 14,500 divided by 4. 36.25 each.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and get those from whoever our supplier would be.
Mm-hmm. It's basically just like there's shipyards up and down the dock, and you can find the best price for that. So you said you were doing 2 heavy cannons and the 3 propellers, right?
Yeah, the 3 propellers we'll use like when we're at a place so that it's less strain on our primary ones.
Okay, sounds good.
And so we'll put the 2 heavy can. I'll go get them, and then I'll probably enlist you guys' help to install them. And
yeah, so it's going to be a day and a half or so. The company that you work with, or they agree to install it as part of the price, so you don't have to worry about installing it. So you have.
I am kind of a little paranoid. This is the first time having our own ship, and I'm like,
It's like when Geek Squad comes over and
you're gonna.
There's a pipe in that wall. Don't hit it.
Yeah,
you're gonna clean that up, right? You know.
Okay, yeah. If you want to stick around and kind of watch that progress, the other 3 of you, is there anything specific that you want to do here in Archdom? Dropping this on you at the last second, of course, gives you so much time to think about it.
36.25, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I probably just want to kind of take it easy while we're getting the ship done. So I'll just find a tavern with good food and maybe catch a bard here or there. Just kind of hang out.
There's a couple good ones, in town in Archdom this week. You one of the shows is pretty much sold out, and you have to buy some tickets from scalpers if you want, which is going to be like 10 times more.
Break.
Yeah. Precisely. Does Fred part with her gold easily?
As far as
Absolutely not.
It's like, do you count each individual coin over to bolt?
It takes like forever.
Do I have to like pull you aside and be like,
Watches everyone
Fred,
else count theirs too.
Fred, we're all a team here, and this will benefit all of us, I promise.
That's what they always said in the Arcanum.
Besides, we're going to a place with dragons. Okay? Do you know much about dragons and their hordes?
No, but I'm pretty sure I
Dragons
want
hoard.
a dragon for myself. Is that what we can get?
Possibly. But I do know they usually hoard gold and gems and silver and platinum. Large amounts. Perhaps we find a dragon that's evil and claim its hoard for ourselves.
And we conquer it and make it ours. The dragon, of course.
It's gonna suck when you guys find out there's no treasure on Arconis.
Name him Elliot.
The entire realm is devoid.
like rocks.
Yeah,
like
I have the prettiest rocks.
what's your hoard? I hoard friends.
It's literally Fallout. Yeah.
buttons.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do a couple.
Oh, one thing, Fred, well, that I'm curious about. How big is this crown? Like, does it impede her? Like, she's wondering if
Her,
she needs
her
to get like
jazzercise? Is that
new
what
clothing.
that
Can
was?
she take it off
No,
over all those
so you
stocks?
cannot take it off. I would say
No.
that they probably only go up to about here, like
Okay.
a typical crown, and they are very malleable. In fact, you kind of over the course of the 2 days journeying, you kind of figure out how to hide them a little bit in your hair, so they kind of almost like weave in and kind of fall backward to become part of your hair. But you often find that they
streaks
do
in your
have a
hair.
mind of their own, and they will just start like poking out, and it takes an active amount of mental concentration in order to keep them back.
So here's your concentration ring.
Yeah, you're going to be constantly concentrating. But you are a psionic. You have your own psionic abilities, so it's not too difficult. It's just a little bit more active strain than you're used to.
Okay.
And mental focus has never been Fred's real strong suit. Usually it's just kind of throw the telekinetic power around as you need, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Victor, does this crown make my head look fat?
No, not really.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's fetching. It's eye-catching.
Now, can you feel when I do this? I poke one of the eyes.
The eye definitely does the snail thing.
snail, like-
yeah, where it shrinks in on itself.
Gross. I don't know. Can she feel that?
And I'm like still like poke.
You cannot, actually.
No. But
Are
I
you-
don't think that's a very nice thing to do. Touch people without their permission
I
or
apologize.
things.
Can you remove it?
I cannot.
I was waiting for you to be like, I don't want to. I could, but I don't want to.
Now listen, no matter what he says, I didn't give it to you, so...
Maybe I'm just not pulling hard enough. Bolt?
Would you like me to try?
Yes. Victor, hold on.
I have very
I will
little
try.
strength.
Okay, do you let him go as hard as he can, or do you stop him if the pain starts to get?
She'll stop if it starts to hurt.
Okay, so before any actual
Scalping.
damage die are rolled, yeah, before your scout, yeah, she slaps your hands.
Stop it!
Oh. So you felt that then?
You're messing up my hair.
All of the eye stalks turn towards Bolt and narrow, and one of them starts like glowing, and you have to like actively
I like
calm it.
It's okay, little one. It's okay.
This is
Do we
Medusa
know-
time.
Can I roll a
love it.
history check and see if I know what a beholder is?
Sure.
Natural 20, so 28.
Yeah, you've met beholders before, and these eye stalks definitely do have a striking resemblance to them.
I met a creature one time. His name was Cory, and
Definitely many apostrophes.
yes, there was many apostrophes.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
thinking.
he very much had eye stalks that looked like larger versions of this. He was a beholder.
I see.
It was actually quite nice.
Well, maybe.
He did kill that one Wayward Watch member that
Was that in
wandered
Aneria?
into into his lair on accident.
I'm sorry. How many members have there been?
We don't
Officially
disclose
or
that.
unofficially?
Because unofficially, there's a whole swarm of leech fairies now
Prospects
that work out of the
or
tower.
actual members, because there's a
I
difference.
don't know. I just feel like you're always talking about the members that have left under
No, they didn't leave.
sad circumstances.
They died. Horribly.
Yeah, there was nothing left of that one. But once we...
He was
Once we-
petrified. Then he was, I think, what was the other laser thing? He ended up disintegrated.
Yeah.
He turned to dust. That was it. Gone. Couldn't even find
Really? She'll kind of stroke her little eye stalks.
Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely like lean into it a little bit more than it's probably good.
he
Let's
did
just
say
say-
he was the only one.
Your life expectancy when you join the Wayward Watch goes way down.
Is that right? Well, I can't die, so I don't know how that works
so maybe
for
all
me.
of ours then went up.
Yes, by association, obviously.
See? It's,
Rule of averages. Perfect.
I just keep rolling the dice eventually.
So he did say he was the only one, but he did explain that him being unique, he had the ability to cast spells from each one of his eyes.
Gary, does it respond?
No, it does not respond.
Sorry, Gary.
Still nothing. This is not Aries crown, which I sent you the spelling for that, by the way.
Okay.
It's, for those of you at home, it's GUH apostrophe AH apostrophe AIRE apostrophe EE.
Why?
Love it.
Gary.
Your mortal tongue cannot pronounce it.
I mean, we can. It's just
the
dumb.
beginning of a Screamo song.
Yeah.
It just does that sound.
Gary.
Wow.
I mean, ooh-ah would be a great name for a beholder, too. Let's be fair.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do tonight, to start and just kind of weave in, get back into character, that thing. We're going to go through and do a little event that happens over the course of the day and a half that each of you have. And we will start with... I think we will start with Fred, actually.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Just
it's about,
like Airy.
yeah. You've been here for about half a day. Have you ever been to Archdom before? Except for... No, you wouldn't have been to Archdom with them last time because you weren't here yet. Mm-mm. But, so you've never been to the city that crosses the river, the giant bridge that spans everything?
I don't think so. Okay. I mean, potentially at
Are you
some point in time, but not
excited to be here? Intrigued?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. So you're kind of going around seeing the sights. The eyes are also seeing the sights. One of them will tap you and then point in a direction so that you can. Yeah, look.
It's beautiful.
There's a horse doing cartwheels with
There's
flaming
definitely some
hooves
great
and-
buttresses here, huh?
I will say that you can have, if you choose, you can have one member of the team with you.
Yes.
Who would you like to bring?
It is Aramis, because
Aramis?
I think he's the least likely to want to go.
Okay. Aramis is
Leave my
being
cabin.
reluctantly dragged along, probably carrying a couple boxes of items that Fred has procured. I would say at this point, if any of you do not have one, give yourself a bag of holding. And I'm not talking buy it. I'm saying give yourself a bag of holding in this case. Yep. I will say at this point in the adventure, you all have enough to get your own individual inventory space without having to worry about carrying around a bunch of stuff. But you're still making Aramis carry several things.
Yes, Aramis.
On
So
principle
nice
alone.
to not be the the pack mule.
You did offer anytime she needed a
You
ride.
said
Yes.
you would carry me.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just talking about the items.
Yes.
I can only fit so many books along with your other items.
That's true. Here, Aramis, here's another one. I'm sorry, this crown is just so... It's enough for me to carry,
Heavy
honestly.
is the head that wears the crown.
Exactly.
Victor is not there.
You don't say.
Some Brandon passing by.
Yep. So very
You know,
yeah.
heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Perfect.
Yes. But that
as much as I
random
do
stranger
rattle
passing
your
by.
cup.
Thanks, random Archdom citizen.
Welcome.
Archdominion.
Archdominion.
So you're kind of weaving through the crowds of the marketplace. I have a main street here. We can go ahead and turn it on so that everybody can kind of get into the mood, the swing of things. And you're just about to the edge of it when you hear a voice call out, a familiar voice.
No.
And it says,
Are you there?
Fred? Oh. Fred, is that you? Do you turn or do you ignore this voice? You know it exactly.
I'm carrying all your boxes.
This is one of your brothers.
Depends on the brother.
Okay, this is the youngest brother.
Okay.
Technically, just one above you.
Then yes, I would turn to him.
Yeah, and a man who looks very similar to Fred is standing there. Kind of darker skinned. Mm-hmm. Actually, are you the only Drow elf? Drow half elf?
Well, my brothers
is
take
your mother
more after my father.
So more human-esque, a little bit of ashy skin with a slight pointed ear.
They just look malnourished.
Yeah.
Yes.
The hair silver for them too, or do they go with natural colors? Okay.
Silver.
So he's got a very slim face, slim build. He actually looks a little bit. He looks a little bit weaker than you would expect for somebody wearing. It looks like it used to be Arcana garb, rather. But it actually
He's wearing a guard.
He's wearing a guard.
It's like skinned, and his arms are like
Skinned.
The colors have changed from being purple and blue. I think is purple, blue, and gold. The typical Arcanum colors.
I don't remember purple, but I know it was like blue and white and silver. And
they have changed to be red and black and silver, which are the colors of House Bloodborne, actually. They're still very clearly Arcanum gear. Nope, that is Fred's house. Oh. Not actually like a formal noble house, but just kind of like
your family crest type of thing.
Everybody has a coat of arms. Right? And on that is actually the symbol, and it looks like it is a rosy thorn that's kind of surrounding what used to be the beacon. Almost, rather than just the symbol of the beacon itself, which is modified from what you remember, which was just a thorn for your family crest, or like a rose, a thorny rose. So this is your sixth brother.
Okay.
The youngest brother of your family. He is, again, he's standing there, and he looks a little surprised, A, to see you, and B, I mean, your appearance is vastly different. Even with just the crown, which the eyes are like very much like coming out of the hair and looking back at him even as you turn around. He goes, "How have you been, Fred?"
Well, hello there, Xander. Good to see me, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is good to see you. Are you okay? Who's your friend here? Hi.
Is this guy gonna be trouble?
He's always trouble. This is one of my brothers.
I'm
Here,
probably
hold
the
these.
nicest brother.
For sure.
Give me all the boxes.
This is Aramis.
Nice to meet you.
He's a member of the Wayward Watch.
Well, I mean, so is she.
Surprise.
Are you kidding me?
Xander, what do you expect?
Better from you, obviously. And he's gonna set down the boxes at this point.
Victor, did you just feel that?
Someone just besmirched my honor. You killed him.
The petrification eye stalk is very much like you're vibrating at this point. Look, I just wanted to see how you were doing.
How did you find me?
I was looking around the market square and I saw you.
And what are you doing here?
Just some work for Father.
I see you've changed the family crest.
He did, actually. We've kind of adapted it into the new Arcana.
The new Arcana.
Well, we call ourselves the Neve Brotherhood now.
Naive brotherhood. Makes sense.
I'm sorry, who the hell does this guy think he is?
Oh, I'm just a man with a sword. My soul.
I mean,
I wouldn't normally apologize for anyone, but you'll have to forgive my brother Aramis. He's got his panties in a bunch. You still wear those, right?
Friend, what is on your head?
Do you like it?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Is it underneath the skin?
It's like one of those pictures. No matter where I look, the eyes follow me, and they're literally
I
like.
mean, yes, it has become a part of me, one might say, but I quite like it.
Okay.
Do you know where I got this?
No, I have no idea.
From the Fey realm.
You went to the Fey realm.
Yes, I met with the Baba Yaga. Isn't it so interesting when you're finally away from father, you can do exciting things?
I mean, the Baba Yaga was a bit, maybe not the best thing.
She's
we've
kind
ever
of
done, but
you know what? I'm censoring myself tonight. But I wanted to say,
We'll censor that tonight.
I think it's great.
we're past the 5-minute mark.
All right.
Yeah, we're good.
So let me get this straight. Just to make sure I've got all of my facts together. Mm-hmm. You disappear for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Nobody's heard or seen anything of you. Some of us thought you were dead.
I can't die, so
That's
impossible.
that's definitely incorrect.
What do you know, Xander?
I mean, I know a lot. I've seen people die. You're just normal people. But apparently...
We've been in a lot of fights, and she has not died yet.
Thank you, Aramis.
I've been
for
in a lot of
validating
fights.
my claim.
And so you think you're immortal too, then?
I mean, I know I'm not.
We can
But-
test it if you'd like.
But I think
Oh, I've
I'm
already tested, but
increasing his lifespan. We had a big discussion about it.
But
Anyhow.
Anyway, so now, suddenly you're back from outer space. No, sorry.
Right yet.
And you have been to the Fey realm. Mm-hmm. You've met with dangerous creatures that should be locked away.
They're very exciting.
And you are wearing what I can only assume is a cursed artifact on your head.
Well, yes, but it looks very nice. I think it makes me look even better than I already did.
All right.
And, okay, Xander, what about you? The entire beacon was destroyed, and with it, the Arcanum, and you are Father's little henchman, and you've decided to just go along with whatever he wills for you, and you've created the new Arcanum, the Naive Brotherhood, which is a ridiculous name, and I liked that slight, the Naive Brotherhood. Can you not think for yourself, Xander? Will you always be under Father's thumb? I am free. Free from him. I know you've never suffered the abuse that I did under his rule, but you know how terrible he is. How would you want me to be near him?
You have no idea what I've suffered under him.
Then get away from him.
You don't get away from Sir.
I have.
For now. You think that he won't eventually find out that you're still running around and come after you?
Oh, I'll be the one to go after him, and I will tell him of all the wonderful things I've done before I take his head off. I mean,
What?
this is some very juicy family drama. I'm going to take these boxes. I'll be back.
thank you, Aramis, I'll have more for you later.
You can't be serious.
You can't be serious.
I mean, nothing but serious, typically. But,
Quite boring, I agree.
you know, you told me once that I was the nicest brother to you.
And yet, the things you're saying to me now make me feel like you do not
Because I
value
don't
my
want
life.
to see you die.
He can't kill me. I can't die. And
That's-
I've aligned myself with some very powerful creatures.
Like the Baba
People.
Yaga.
Well, not her, but
The Wayward Watch, then, you think that they can protect you?
I think that we are stronger together.
Well, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to save you from him.
Why?
Look, I came here to see if you were okay. apparently you're doing great, and I am going to just forget that I ever saw you, as a courtesy. Okay?
Xander, maybe I've been a little harsh with you.
Always. But I mean, I did stick frogs in your pants when you were 8
Exactly.
and 9.
And 10.
Yeah, I really like that joke, didn't
That's a lot of frogs.
It is a lot of frogs.
So
That's why I'm
another random
Desperately
passerby.
afraid of frogs now.
Yeah.
Anytime I see them, I feel them hopping inside my pants.
I remember...
I
remember
I'm the same
when-
way with butterflies.
Butterflies. and frogs.
Another random passerby.
Where are you now?
I remember your first year working for the Arcanum, and we had to do that Bullywug raid, and you did not handle it very well. I apologize for that.
Well, apology considered. Father only wants to use me and use my powers to hurt others. I don't think that's right or good or fair.
That's Father.
I know, so how can you stand to be under his thumb? Sir is the worst.
I hope that being around him and advising him keeps him from being worse than he is.
Well, what kind of life is that to live, Xander?
It's the one I've chosen.
And it's terrible.
Well, probably. And I'm probably going to live to regret it. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. I want to know, are you okay? Are they are they coercing you in any way?
No.
You know the Wayward Watch are criminals, right?
Well, I think I'll fit right in.
You're not a criminal.
No, but
Benefits.
yes, the dental plan
Another
is
passerby.
fantastic.
This crowd is very chatty with us. I don't like it. Anyway.
Listen, Xander,
They'll gather around him. What did you say about the Wayward Watch?
I'm fine. Although I've heard a lot of their members expire early, but because I cannot die.
I honestly, that doesn't surprise me, considering who they are and what they did to this world.
What they did to this world.
Yes. Look around you. Look at
Yes.
how unsafe everything is. Apparently there's other realms out there that are coming to attack us now, and the Arcanum isn't around to deal with it anymore, thanks to a band of 5 adventurers and I think a rabbit is in the stories sometimes.
Yes, I want to meet it. But, Xander, here is the thing. Of course, not all Arcanum are bad. I myself was a member of the Arcanum.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that you were dedicated to making the world a better place.
And I am, but I cannot do that under Sir's rule. And besides, I'd like to consider myself a bit of a queen now.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
The master of my own fate, at least.
Sure, fine, but I'm not going to bow to you or anything.
Where is Father now?
I'm not at liberty to say. Sorry.
That doesn't surprise me. What about our other brothers?
Various jobs around Aneria.
Xander, you've always been good to me, and so because of that, well, despite the frog situation, you're not on my list, but Father is, and many of our brothers are as well. And I would appreciate it if you would stay out of my way.
If you're planning on going after my family, our family, I don't know if I can. I just hope we never meet on the battlefield.
I hope for your sake.
You are just so full of yourself. I would definitely try to prove that you're not nearly as amazing as you are, but I do have to get going.
Very well.
Look,
I would give you a hug, but we were taught that physical affection is for the weak.
exactly. At least you learned something. Look, one last bit of advice. You do want to go after Father. You're set on that.
Absolutely.
Then you're going to need more than just the Wayward Watch. What he is doing what he's planning with the Neve Brotherhood, they won't be able to protect you, and they won't be able to help you.
How about bleach fairies? I've got at least 200 of them.
Like from the children's
Never
store?
mind. Never mind.
All right. Yeah. Good luck, Fred. Good to see you. I will...
I don't suppose you'd tell me what he's planning.
No, again, can't. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You've always been a smart one.
Thank you.
Welcome.
First bit of truth you've spoken.
Well, I mean, the frog thing was true, too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And he's going to walk back into the crowd. Where did Aramis
I literally
move
just
off
went down
to?
the corner. I didn't go that far.
Peek around.
I'm just like,
are they going to fight?
Aramis! Why did you leave me alone with him? He's terrible!
Sorry, I thought you'd want some privacy.
Honestly, no. Can you believe that's my favorite brother?
I'd hate to meet the rest of them.
Well, we will one day, and I can't wait to kill them all.
I mean, killing your own blood, that's kind of a hard thing to do. Pretty soulless kind of act.
Perhaps.
But
I
who am I
may
to tell
not
you what
have
to
a
do?
soul. I cannot die.
Maybe not. I think you're pretty soulful, though.
Well, thank you, I think. I'm not sure. We should find the others.
All right. And with that, the two of you will head off. As you turn around the corner and go down the alley, Fred's shadow extends a little bit and kind of weaves up and forms into a tall, slender shape that is less Fred and more something else for just a moment. And it grins before we fade the scene.
Oh, no.
So, let us move on over to
Some kind of Nightmare King thingy.
Bolt. Hi.
Hello.
You are on the ship.
Yes.
You are going through last-minute checks, and you are going through them with an old friend. And she comes out from underneath the engine, and she goes, well, it looks like you basically put two engines together and welded them with nothing but spit, but it
Ew.
looks serviceable.
It was very hot spit.
Yeah, I mean, molten spit. Yeah.
Callie, I'm very happy you got my letter.
Yeah, I
Were
mean,
able to come.
I was kind of in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd come by. I actually wanted to show you something as well, if you had a moment.
Yes, of course.
Okay. It's off your ship, of course.
Oh yeah, I've always got time for old friends.
Great. And she starts leading you through the shipyard, or down the docks, basically, the air docks. She goes, how's Helm?
Doing well. I did reach out to him too, I believe, to come and. Is he on his way, or did he respond?
He actually did respond, and he said that while he appreciates the offer, he thinks that his days of airship piloting are done. He is pretty settled in his new life as a gardener.
Helm is taken to the trowel, so to speak.
He always did love plants, didn't he?
Yeah, one day I would like to rebuild his arboretum, like we had on the old ship.
I might be able to help with that a little bit. And you kind of turn around the corner, and you come face to face with two ships. One of them is the Mnemonic Response, Callie's large, formerly Arcanum airship that she has taken over and repurposed. You can see there's a small crew kind of moving about, not small as in stature, but small as in number.
That's Casca's ship.
Yeah, Callie herself is a gnome.
Yes.
But, no, she's a halfling. Sorry, she is a halfling. But the ship next to it kind of takes your breath away for a moment, if Bolt had breath.
I specifically go,
Because it is your ship. Or at least part of it. It's
You
a
found
ship
it.
of Theseus, kind of.
you found it.
Yes, while we were going through the marshlands about 6 months ago.
I walk up to it. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, I did that too. But yeah, we basically tried to repurpose as much of her as we could. She's going to be kind of a secondary ship for the crew. I was going to offer it to you, but obviously you have a brand new airship yourself. So.
No, I don't feel like this is the right. What was its name? Do we have a name for it?
You never did tell me the name, if you had a name for it.
Oh. The Ionic Squall.
The Ionic Squall.
Yep.
That's cool.
Better than Wayward Wanderer, for sure.
No, it's a good name. Fred is just sassy about that situation.
Fred is just sassy, period. We can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred
Yes.
is there.
Fred is, yep. Okay, good, because I really didn't want to have to buy another ship to extend my crew.
I think she'll take care of you. As long as you take care of her.
Oh, absolutely. I don't intend on letting her crash again.
Moment of silence for
Ionic Squall 1.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a big 2 painted on it. Yeah. Actually, it's 2 Ionic, 2 Squall is what.
The squalling.
The squalling, yep. So she actually takes you aside, kind of takes you around, goes through a rundown of basically everything that needed to be replaced. She does show you that she was able to restore the ballista that she had shrunk down and put on her back and worn as her personal weapon. It's now restored to the front of the ship as it was previously. They have a regular helm put in because the space that where the helm is now was where basically a depression where helm sat and guided the ship from there. And after you get down to the lower decks, and she's showing you around, and she turns to you and she goes, "So, you look different."
I am.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, well, in getting our new ship, name to be determined. It had crashed as
Weird
well.
ship name, but okay.
Yes, the to be determined.
The to be determined
DVD. We came across a group of crew, I guess, of the previous crew that had been infected with something from outside of an area.
Really?
Yeah, and you sent it to me. I can't remember the name of it off my head. You called it something. What was it?
The specific name that I called it, and Bolt probably monikered, is Archphage.
I kind of called it the Archphage. Well, during a fight, since they kind of mindlessly attacked us, there was another creature that resembled myself.
You mean
they had brought back from the Astral Sea?
You mean it looked like it was a Quinn creation?
I believe so. And it too was infected with this Archphage.
That's
It attacked me and infected me as well. And the only reason I am not a mindless automaton as well is the Aldstill that was still formless.
really your old shield. I was going to ask about that too.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty nice, and they bring like the shield of Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
around.
the giant tower
It's pretty
shield.
cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
It actually flowed inside myself, and I can kind of feel it. It's actively fighting back the Archphage. It's not gone, but it's holding it off.
Wow.
So I don't know what that means for me in the future. Maybe I can figure this out. Perhaps Quinn, if I ever find them again, will know what's going on and how to fix me.
I hope so.
But in the meantime, I'm different. I don't heal normally.
Yeah. Can I run a quick check on you?
Sure.
Okay.
But I kind of explain the whole I
As-
can consume electrical charge, like lightning or
And she
static
definitely
charge.
when you say that, she does a couple tests and everything.
Pokes in the eye.
It seems like you're less.
You know what? Fred was right. That is actually quite rude. Don't do that without asking. a little bit of oil leaks.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely less organic now. In fact, I don't really see any organic pieces like it's typical with a Warforged
Yes.
on you.
Like I said, I feel strange. I'm still me, as far as I know. But when the Archphage was infecting me, I felt a weird draw somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. And I believe the rest of that crew was also feeling that. And had a kind of a directive or a goal to infect everything else.
So a virus. You're talking about a constructed virus.
Of sorts.
We're going to stand 6 feet apart. Masks.
Well, I don't breathe, so you're okay.
I mean, the metal that basically comprises you now is unique. I can tell that much. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before.
No. I still have you on my message ring if anything changes.
Yeah. You don't feel any sort of pull right now. And what about emotions, memory? It's all still there?
Yeah. The memory is all still there. The emotion... Sort of. It's kind of dulled. It feels not as crisp or as clean as it used to. It's hard to explain.
Okay. Do you have any samples of this Archphage that I can look at?
I don't think I grabbed any.
I mean, you had plenty of time after the battle if you wanted to pick some up.
I'll pull out like a vial of, there's a little bit of like that. It's like a blackish, like a black liquid.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's like a black metal with like blue arcs through.
Yeah,
it, typically.
Yeah. I scraped one off of, because the construct we destroyed, or did it leave? Did it teleport away?
It teleported away. Yes.
Yeah, but we were able to get the.
And they all had like half their bodies were metallic.
Yeah. So I'll hand it over to her.
Right.
I've done a little bit of looking at it, but I've been more focused on,
of course,
on our ship.
Yeah. Well, I will be examining this when I have some downtime. I'll be very careful with it. It sounds like it might be able to infect organic creatures, which is not something that we ever want to see.
Yeah, it again. So was it affected by lightning? Like did it heal off that? I don't think we ever tested that.
Nope, nobody ever tested any sort of lightning on it.
It didn't seem. I'm just gonna say it didn't seem like it was extra resistant to it. Was it resistant to stuff? I think it was, wasn't it? There was like certain magics or something that we tried.
I think you did try some certain things.
I think we did fire? Like somebody cast a fireball or something? And it didn't.
Let's see.
I do not remember precisely, but
Yeah, I feel like
somebody did.
You did
something.
psionic stuff, but that didn't seem to matter because you were.
It was immune to psionic or psychic attacks.
So
Okay.
it's probably.
And it could not be. You tried to paralyze it or frighten it or something.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem to affect it,
yeah.
which is, typical for constructs as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think you tried too much other. You might have tried thunder damage,
Yeah.
and that didn't seem to affect it nearly as much as it should for a construct.
Yeah. So whatever you do, make sure you put it somewhere where it can be quickly disposed of.
Of course, yeah. We'll hang it right over
Some lava
the
or something.
core,
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Bolt, for giving me more to worry about as usual.
I'm sorry to burden you with this.
It's all right. This is...
I would
What we
stick
do.
around, but we do have.
Of course, yeah. You got to make sure that they finish up installing those cannons correctly. I'm pretty sure I saw them using the wrong bolt. types. Yeah. And in fact, at that moment, like a woman pokes her head in. You recognize this woman too. This is Lydia Pine, the daughter or great granddaughter or granddaughter of Marcus.
Oh, right.
One of your old crew members.
Lydia.
Oh, hey, you. Not. All right, I'll get it next time. We're just about ready to take off. And Callie nods and says, of course. Thanks, Bolt. We are going to be heading... Let me mental map myself. West, actually. We're taking some cargo out to the Broken Expanse. Apparently they're trying to rebuild an old kingdom out there. The
Husband
A-Rings. Yes, that's the one.
The one that...
We're hoping to unload some cargo.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, like, there's some personal stake in this as well.
Yeah.
But we're also hoping to swing out a little bit farther and see if we can't collect any of that ald that we talked about.
We did see some chunks of rock floating.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of points to the almost ever-present ring that kind of circles an area that's a bunch of debris, and she says, I'm sure there's plenty out there. We just need to find a way to get to it. Also, I got a message from...
Hold on. Let me bounce something off you here.
Sure.
Ald is in a state of flux of sorts. It's kind of can channel magics, and...
It's, as far as I've been able to categorize it, it's chaos metal. It's full potential, as it were.
Well, I think I might need to convince the group to make a pit stop on the way to Arconis.
So you are heading out?
Yes.
Like out.
Yes.
I mean, I saw the.
We've done everything we can in Aneria. There's nothing left to do here.
There are definitely no plots.
No other plot lines.
I saw the astral driver, but I didn't think you were actually going out. Which, by the way, that is what we're going to call it instead
Astral
of
driver.
driver. Okay. Yeah. Just for copyright purposes, legally distinct astral driver. Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you're heading out that way, stop by and see if you can harvest any. I mean, I don't know how easy it's going to be to find, but we're spending a couple weeks trawling as far as we can.
Well, perhaps I can... Maybe I can, I don't know, use myself as a sort of compass.
Yeah, I hope so. I did get a weird message, and I wanted to make sure that it was verifiable. It was from your... I don't even know what to call him. Seneschal? Major Domo? He's the one that runs your tower?
Oh. Rain.
Candle boy.
Candle boy. Kilobix. Yeah.
Oh, Kilobix.
Yeah, that's the one. He sent me a message saying that there was a potential astral driver in Salsport if I wanted to come work on it and install it. Do you know what that's about?
Oh. Yes. Yes, there is a ship just outside of Salsport, down towards towards Edequathanothan. It is a Illithid ship.
Really?
We were down there looking for someone that had been kidnapped. There were some Gith and an Illithid on board.
Gith and Illithid working together?
Yeah, I mean,
That's...
they didn't look like perhaps they were enthralled. But anyway, we took care of them. But the ship, as far as I know, is still unclaimed. And it was, when we got there, it seems like it was still functioning. So
Okay. Salvage rights are salvage rights, I suppose. Yeah, once we're done seeing what we can do in Hasman Day, we'll head down to Salsport and see if we can pick us up our own astral driver, and then I can hopefully start making trips out.
just keep in touch. Let me
course.
know what you find.
And we'll make sure to pay you a good family and friends discounted rate for that driver as well.
Sounds good.
With that she kind of guides you out,
Yep.
gives you a hug at the end of it, tells you to be safe, and you walk off.
Into the sunset.
Into the sunset.
Here's my new character, guys.
Yep. I am now the ship.
Well, if you do, perish, I'll try and upload you.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Be such a cool way to go in the game.
Yeah.
Just like
Become
L3.
the ship.
Yeah.
Take my soul core out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the...
That would be a great way to go. We'll write it down. We are going to jump on over to Victor, my friend. Victor, you can have any number of the Wayward Watch here for your event, if you'd like.
Sure. I assume
All of them?
if it's at a different time period than what they were incurring, yeah.
Yep, these all occur over like the day and a half, but they're all separate instances where you guys have been parting and meeting.
All this talking was a free action, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Less than action.
Less than 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
So if you want everybody there, you can. Okay. You're all sitting around probably a tavern. We'll say it is the Verdant Goat is the name of this tavern. Okay. And they have a special white Anerian on tap, which is goat's milk with some vodka and some other things in it. It's like a White Russian, but with goat's milk. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, Meadstead for any who find it.
The goat's milk sounding good again.
I'm like... It was quite pungent. And a little lumpy.
They just pour it in a shot, and you just eyeball it for like 5 minutes, and then get up enough courage and just shoot it.
Yeah.
And you're all just kind of reminiscing.
You're just like,
when the tavern door bursts open, and a voice says, "Victor Undanta," and a bunch of kunai come spiraling from the door and point maybe like half an inch from you before stopping.
Okay.
We'll say about 24 or so.
And he will not move, just kind of like...
And Lyra Ambrise steps in.
I think we need to head out.
Lyra, furious eyes. And she goes, no, you can stay. It's fine. Victor...
Hey, it's good to see you.
Hi, Flower. Is it Flower? Was it Flower?
Blossom.
Blossom. Thank you.
Lyra.
This is Fred, our newest member.
Nice to
Wayward
meet you,
Watch.
Fred.
Yes, the pleasure is all yours.
I'm so sorry that you're going to witness me kill this man.
Ooh, I can't
Before
wait.
you do that, how have you been?
also, he's under contract to not die until,
I have been under a lot of stress, actually. I have been receiving frequent mental messages from the person that I'm courting, basically sounding like he is going to be dying. Do you
Someday.
care to explain yourself?
Yeah, explain
Everybody dies.
yourself.
What do you mean? I did nothing.
Not everyone. Apparently Fred is.
Oh, that's true. She's immortal.
I can't.
But yeah, we got in a little bit of a scrape. I wasn't sure how things would go with the Baba Yaga, and I figured I would let you know in case that I died and you had to go find someone else.
And in the 2 days since, you didn't think to, I don't know, send me another message telling me that you were okay?
You're in such big trouble.
I had to call in a few markers to find you, you know.
One of them was me.
Pretty much just like, Aramis, where is he?
Yes.
We're at Archdom.
Well, my cup of sending was dead. I couldn't, message. I don't know.
It was John Broomsman's fault, really.
It was.
The broom. You're blaming the broom?
Seriously,
He's now a person
apathetic.
now.
And
Right.
you stay out of this, Blossom.
I'm pretty sure he has a butt now. But
The knives move up and circle around your neck. I am very close.
So sorry.
I will make a contract for you, sign it myself, and execute it.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. And the kunai pull away, and she goes,
Going too far.
Threatening you with a contract.
No, and in his mind, he's
we both
thinking
said some things we didn't mean.
She's saying she wants to execute the contract. He's in his mind seeing her like tear a contract in half and
Yeah. Not fulfill it.
Along with your heart.
Well, I had a lot on my mind, trying to, figure things out. It's a little bit of... I owe a few people a few things.
And our looming trip to Arconis, of course.
Your what?
Oh, and he sold his soul to the Baba Yaga. Did he tell you that part?
He did not.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on, Victor?
Well, you see, there's this... They gave me a plea bargain. I was not going to get out very, scotch-free. So I made a deal with them, with the Baba Yaga, and so now I am the Red Dawn. Technically, when I die, or am I now? I don't know.
Red Sun.
I think a Red Sun now. Red Star. I don't know. I guess I find out more details when I die.
You are one of the Baba Yaga's horsemen. As a reminder to you, you are currently one of her horsemen. It's just that she's letting you do your own thing until the time that you die, and then she takes over, basically giving you full commands.
Yes, so there was...
You seem to know a lot about the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stories about not making deals with her.
Yes, it's true. Come to find out, I know this guy, Darth Moops. Guy.
I don't know who that is. That's not one that I've...
Father Moops? Yes. I didn't think he was a clergyman.
And the little clergyman thing around his neck.
He's just got the collar, nothing else. Just the collar.
Because he didn't have any other clothes on except for like the skirt, right? But
in Aneria, fathers always carry prayer beads. You just
So, I'm glad that you...
This kid was lumpy enough to be prayer beads.
Right.
I'm glad you were able to make the trip out. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to make it.
No.
Left.
We're going back a little bit here. How long are you in service to the Baba Yaga?
Maybe 1,000 years.
In a day, right?
In a day.
Something like that.
Not forever.
That always confuses me.
Not for eternity or anything. I'm not like Moops. Not that dumb.
Pretty dumb, but not that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Victor,
but
I would say that you are very dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I would
agree.
If I didn't have... Watch this. A sweet summoning broom.
Oh, do the sidecar thing.
Oh, sidecar. We can go on...
You sold your soul for a car?
It was on a deal, okay? No, but it was...
on brand for Preston.
Yes, it is.
It's his truck.
Yeah. It's an old rusted
insert square body here.
New square body.
Brilliant.
At least like 6 of them.
But I figured it wasn't for that. Again, we were in a situation that my legal counsel said that we probably should look at taking the deal. While I did not breach my contract, apparently they said my contract wasn't that good.
What?
Apparently, there were a lot of spelling errors.
Who was the person who said that?
It was Leah. She apologized. It's fine.
The lawyer that was supposed to get you off scot-free but didn't.
It was part of her defense. In her defense.
It's very weird.
But it's, I put in some provisions to make sure that it's not forever.
He has to die first. So
it's true.
That might be coming sooner than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please don't.
Oh no, not from me. I'll be able to forgive you.
Oh, good.
But I did end up calling in a favor with somebody else to try and help track you down that was also very concerned about you. And she is not happy.
Why do you always make all these women angry?
No, she is not. And kind of stepping from a corner of the tavern, probably there for longer than you have been.
All you hear is, shit!
Is a woman with, she's got beautiful long, flowing hair. She has very pale blue skin, angular face, pointed ears, some kind of light tattooing in a lighter colored blue. And she's just got she actually has a large samurai sword that's floating behind her that you know is the blade of the Apex.
Mama, it's good to see you.
Not the mama.
It is good to see you too, Victor, although I must say I'm very disappointed in your recent choices.
I'm pretty disappointed too.
To be fair, I tried to get him to come home and visit. I'm sorry I failed you.
You did no
That's all
such
right. You have been doing just fine, Blossom, with what I wanted you to.
Why do they call you
Thank
Blossom?
you so much.
Hey,
It's a long story.
you got something on your nose.
That's adorable. Can we all
but
call him Blossom?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Although I do have to say, getting him in trouble with the Baba Yaga is not exactly what I had in mind when I told you to go protect him.
Blossom, Blossom, Blossom.
But it's mostly his fault.
Well, I mean,
But I did fail.
in my defense, we were just trying to survive, you know. She got in the way. It wasn't my fault. I'm innocent.
Not innocent enough. Victor, my sweet boy, are you getting in over your head again?
I was waiting for. Are you getting enough sleep?
You look tired.
Are you changing your
You're so
poo-poo on
thin.
me?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, sometimes you overcommit yourself. She's fine. I only owe like 3 people, maybe 4 favors of indeterminate value in time.
You told us you only owed one person.
Do you need to transfer any of these over before you leave? Apparently you are going to head out on a grand adventure into one of these other realms without even telling your own mother?
Well, I just figured it was, you know, like going to the park. You just go and come back and have fun. I don't know. Well, I'm
Transfer
sorry.
the favors, Victor. Any that you have. Send them back to the ring. This is your prime's command.
All right.
Good. Now, that is not the reason I'm here. And she turns to Lyra, who kind of bows her head a little bit. Lyra, please. All right. I didn't want to do this right after a fight, but I suppose. And all of her kunai come around towards you again. And you kind of jerk back a moment, thinking that she might be actually fulfilling her contract. But they are all facing away from you. And they all kind of, every single one of her blades, including the, she has a couple of, they're called scythes, I think? Yeah,
they're like the
small
stick
little,
with the-
yeah, stick with it. They come over too, blunt end facing you. And she stands up and she goes, Victor, I would formally like to join our union together.
Congratulations!
Can I be bridesmaid?
Well, I barely know you. Let's supposed to talk.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. I was planning the same.
So he'll take a knee and
That's yeah. And she goes, "That's very cute that you thought you were the stronger of us, but I suppose that in one way or another." And she turns and she says, "Your mother is here as prime witness, not for the official ceremony, just for the formal request.
I accept.
But would you become my husband?
I would.
And I would
So
be happy to
touching.
become your wife."
Now I feel like he probably should stay. Yeah, I don't want him to die. Be a bit bad on us, wouldn't it?
I assume you're obviously the best man.
We're not
No.
married yet.
I mean, one last.
However, if you continue to sell your afterlife away, and I don't get to see you after your death, then we're going to have very big problems.
I'll make sure to sell
I am
both
going
of
to
us.
tear realms asunder. Do you understand?
I think we're looking at the next prime.
Perhaps we could find a way to make it so you don't die.
If you can find a way, that would be great.
It's kind of my thing.
We do know a lich.
We do.
Lichdom is not the answer.
You never let me have any blood.
I would like my husband flesh and blood, not just bones.
What if you were a
please.
lich as well?
Definitely not. I don't
Well,
want
perhaps
to-
another avenue, sorry.
Yes, please.
But also, congratulations.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
And I know that you are devastated, Blossom, and I understand.
Actually, I'm not at all.
Wait, devastated why?
No,
Well done.
hiding your pain is fine.
Well done. There's no
For
pain.
what?
I don't understand where she's coming from.
I don't know what's happening here, but it's very exciting.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if it finally clicks with what he's saying. 16.
It was just one date. It was just,
Wait,
That's
you
it.
two dated?
just
When
one
was
time.
this?
Really?
Date's a strong word.
Then?
Yes, what's the timeline here? I'm going to pull out a notepad.
And describe the date.
Well,
What
I
happened?
had just finished becoming a performer by no choice of my own.
Oh
Murder.
yes, were you a groupie? What? Murder?
As much fun
I
as it
love
would
it.
be to hear my soon-to-be daughter-in-law have her ex describe their time together, I believe that
Tell me later.
we need to wrap this up. As
All right, we have plenty of time to talk later.
As a member of the Eight Rings and Prime, and apex of the Eight Rings, in fact, I officially recognize that you two are now betrothed. Victor, that means that you are going to be as careful as possible on your journey so that you can return and actually get married.
Yes.
Excellent. And the knives all kind of flow back, and you could pull yours back as well.
I promise to bring him back.
I know you. You are so good, Bolt. I know that you will take good care of him.
I promise to be the most beautiful bridesmaid you ever met.
The apex, the blade of the apex, which is this giant samurai sword. I think there's a specific, flies out and goes right up to Fred's neck
Ooh.
with such speed that it's
Pointy.
barely. Yeah. She goes, I recognize a member of the Arcanum, even without their gear.
Oh, darling, I promise I'm not a member anymore.
It's true, she's now a member of the Wayward Watch.
I am. Wayward Watch.
Then I would
sign.
expect you to make sure that he is as safe as possible.
Yes,
or else
well-
this blade will find its way to your head.
Oh.
And we can test if you are truly immortal.
Oh, you know about that. That's
I know a lot of things, dear.
my father.
Perhaps. And the blade goes back and just kind of flows behind her.
Can't wait to talk to you when I get back from this field trip we're going on. And I promise.
Going on a trip in our favorite
Favorite
rocket
rocket
ship.
ship.
I promise.
The whole bar
I will
starts.
do my best to keep
The
him
part picks
alive.
it up. Good.
Do you exchange like promise rings? Ooh, or knives? That's romantic.
They've already done the exchanging of the knives. That's like the first thing to do at starting the patrolling.
I didn't know this. I'm learning so much.
Moonfang, actually.
Blossom. Aramis. Continue doing your good work.
I will try to keep him out of more trouble than he's already in.
Have you discovered any latent abilities, perhaps? Knife dancing abilities, that sort of thing? I know I told you to practice a little bit.
To be honest, I've been quite bad at my practicing, so I apologize. It might not be the way for me, but I will always be forever in your debt.
Of course. And just know that I do appreciate everything that you do for the Eight Rings and for Victor. So,
Am I sensing sparks between you two as well?
I'm married.
That means nothing sometimes to some people.
We will definitely have to talk later.
We will talk later.
But it is not outside the realm of possibility for a non-member or former member, brought back into the fold to join up in matrimony. If you can find a willing member of the Eight Rings that might be interested. We do have a whole kingdom that we are trying to rebuild, after all.
I didn't really ever think of that, but I would be honored. I will keep my eyes open.
Of course. All right. Well, now that is done, And she grabs one of the shots and she takes a drink and she goes, "Oh, goat's milk. Oh, I was not expecting that."
Yeah, me either. There's some raw copper.
Tastes like what goat smells like.
Exactly. Now, I have to leave. Lyra, I believe you have to leave as well. And we will hopefully see you soon.
Yes. We will, on my return trip, I will check in.
Perfect. Well then, good day. And she's going to turn and leave. And Lyra's going to just give you a smile and a wave before she, too, wanders off.
Then he's going to immediately look back and see if his broom's still there.
The broom is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a spicy romance. My goodness. Can't wait to get the lowdown on this Blossom situation.
Did you know that was going to happen when you invited us to the tavern?
I was not aware. I mean, if I had, I probably would have brought a change of plans.
Round of drinks for the newly engaged man.
Okay. And as another round of white Anerians comes over, because you didn't specify.
Well, after a couple, they start to taste it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You get the charm after a bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, they're actually kind of good.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people says about Meadstead, too. You know, you just have to deal with it for a little bit, and then it finally starts tasting
All
mediocre.
lies. Propaganda.
We will go ahead and pull up from there. Let me just double check something here. Okay, good. I was just making sure that Casey wasn't messaging that the dog needed to come down, but that was something else. The poopies.
Shapoopy. Shapoopy.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, tonight, Aramis. It's probably later in that evening. Everybody has had a rousing time after the wedding announcement. Basically, the bar kind of went into an uproar. Half the people here, and most of the people here, don't know who you guys are. But any occasion to drink, absolutely.
Especially if someone else is buying.
What time of day is it?
Right now, when we get to this next scene, it'll be probably late into
When
the
we were
evening.
at the tavern.
When you were at the tavern, probably we'd say about early evening.
Okay, so the Bone Fairies are there too. We're having like a...
So this is not Southport.
Raven.
Yeah, this is Archstone.
Oh, it's Archstone,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, so there's just a big kind of like party that went on. I'm sure everybody had like a toast or two to Victor. A lot of people that you don't even know that are just like, "I love the way that your hair looks," and then they, here, yeah.
You know, you could be one of my best men.
I would love that.
Victor's just sitting like up on the front, like on a throne, basically, and people are bringing him gifts.
Oh yeah, sure. They're like
It's
you're
just like
getting
buttons and
drink-
whatever random stuff they have.
Like pocket lint.
There's a good rendition of Whiskey Gin the
Yeah,
Jar.
Yes.
Whiskey gin jar.
That's so hard to say.
Gin the jar.
Gin the jar.
Gin the jar.
Gin the Jar.
Which you can see here.
Jin the Jar in.
We'll put it under. We'll put the whole song as an underlay for the music.
Do not. Sounds horrible.
No, it
doesn't. It actually sounds great.
Yes,
Go watch it.
watch it. Yeah. But anyway, the party is dying down. Bolt has gone back to the ship in order to finalize repairs for tomorrow, or installation, I suppose. They did indeed
I
use
sure
the wrong
hope that
bolts.
the group likes this white Anerian. They seem to enjoy it. They carry the castle.
It's gonna spoil and spice.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
will.
just like cheese then.
This is not an
Birds.
enchanted keg. But they did indeed use the wrong bolt,
liquor.
so you have to like replace every single. Yep.
I told him to use Robinsons. Use Torques instead. I'm over there with it. Every
not-
single one.
Bolt doesn't like the Phillips or the flathead. He likes the square head screws.
It just fits your finger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sonic Screeching.
My hands
I would say that Victor, being the basic celebrity of the evening, you're probably 3 sheets to the wind, as it were, and passed out on your throne, your makeshift throne.
Yeah. A makeshift throne of buttons and pocket lint and some guy that puked on my foot.
Ew.
Nice.
Typical tavern stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do
And
we keep going to
Fred is probably you're.
It's where all the
I would say
alcohol
that you're
is.
passed out at the table at this point. Your eye stalks are still like actively like looking around everywhere, just trying to take in everything they
Do I
can.
have dreams of what they're seeing?
That would suck.
They're just like face down on the table, like drool.
Actually, tonight you're dreaming about
They're
your
just like-
past.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so nightmares. Great.
Nightmares. Yep. And Aramis. Aramis is sitting at the table,
Stumble outside for some air.
and you open the door. Sorry, did you say pause? Okay. You open the door.
I made a dumb pun.
Okay. I didn't hear it, so we'll count it as no pun at all.
Oh, my dice are safe.
And as you stumble through, you don't stumble into the outside. Instead, you find yourself mid-stumble, basically realizing that you're completely sober, and you are standing in a dark atrium.
Oh. Was that
No, that
on
was
purpose?
No, that was
Came
not.
Perfectly.
Although we do need to make sure.
Just say
we
yes, Cory.
Yes,
Of course
always.
it was. Of course it was.
Around you are a few small torches that kind of illuminate sections of the area, not the complete area where you're standing, just sort of small circles. And in each of these, there we go. That one will be right. Each of these small circles is basically just a pile of broken scales. Metal scales of all kinds, all shapes and sizes. Like
Balancing scales, not dragon scales.
Mhm, not dragon scales. And they've all just kind of been scattered about. In fact, as you kind of step forward a little bit, you hear metal clinking as you inevitably hit one of them and send it tumbling off.
Oops, sorry.
Yikes. I'm sorry. Never gonna find yourself in a room full of
Where
scales.
the hell am I?
You wished to speak with me, Aramis.
Well, this is the first time I've heard your voice. Hello, Zolas.
What is the meaning of this? Are you unhappy with our arrangement?
I'm not unhappy. I'm just questioning our relationship.
Our relationship is simple. You kill for me and bring about the vengeance that you lack. There could be nothing simpler.
Well, I don't think it's that black and white anymore. Part of me still wants to kill those that hurt me, but
And have I not guided you to the Bloodflame Servants?
some of them, yes, but not the ones that I really want. Not yet.
Do you think that I would be giving those to you if I had them?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you, really.
Do you know how many paladins of mine there are?
I assume I'm one of the few.
You were one of the only. Any details I get, I send to you. You accomplish the mission, and everybody is better for it. That's the deal. And you wish to break that contract now.
No. I never said I want to break it. I just started, I don't know, maybe growing a conscience. I feel the debts of all those that I've killed clinging onto me and choking me.
I sent you to the Watch because I knew that eventually the Bloodflame Servants would strike where they were. I did not expect them to make you weak.
I wouldn't say I'm weak anymore. Then I was weak. But now, not so much.
You are strong because I made you strong.
I'm strong because of my friends.
Why do you wish to speak with me?
I just felt like we've been pretty quiet, and I wanted to voice my concerns and my feelings. Apparently it's on deaf ears, but I don't know that I'm the same person I was when I made this deal with you. I'll honor it, obviously. It's who I am.
Only a god could break your bargain with you. You honor it because you have to.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But I have been gaining some pretty powerful friends.
None strong enough to break your curse, if that is how you see it now.
Not a curse, I just want forgiveness. Really, at the end of the day, forgiveness for killing people that I'm not quite so sure that they deserved it, even though you said they did. What constitutes their death that we've never discussed?
I see. You want purpose. I can show you purpose. And out of the center of the atrium, kind of where in front of you, is comes a glowing orb. And it's kind of filled with just bright, fiery smoke. And as you stare into it, the smoke and the fire peels back, and you see Aneria on fire. You see it decaying. You see it transforming in innumerable ways. And he says, the blood flame serpent would bring chaos to this world again. And all worlds. And it pulls out, and you can see all of the other realms, and again, they are just this roiling disaster of chaotic energy. Apocalypse after apocalypse occurring over all of them. Is this enough purpose for you, knowing that you are preventing this catastrophe?
Yes.
Good. And the orb just kind of disappears into a puff of smoke. She cannot be allowed to be reborn.
Who is she?
And at that, you kind of don't hear anything else. All the torches start going out.
Wait!
And you stumble out into the street. Still a little wasted.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yep.
Better go find it back.
And with that, you fall asleep. You go up, you fall asleep, and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. A little bit of a short one tonight, a little bit of a character piece. Everybody gets inspiration, everybody gets an epic die for these wonderful little tales that were told. Tales of Aneria in Aneria. Yep. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining us this evening. There is intrigue on the horizon, and I promise you, this is the last episode before we leave Aneria. I guarantee it.
Happy time.
Yep. It is about time. Episode 25, literally a quarter quell of episodes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We're not having a quarter quell. That's terrible.
I mean, maybe.
But we will see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to Syrinscape for their wonderful shattering glass, swinging blades, net wraps, whatever you want.
Murder?
Murder. If you like murder sounds, Syrinscape is for you. Join us on Twitch Friday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We have a Discord. We have Twitter.
It's all down below.
We have the TikToks now.
We have the clock apps.
Yeah, we're on the clock app. Yeah. We actually posted
A few. Yeah, not in a while. But
not a bit. But do follow us on all of the places. Go check out Mr. Rogers. I want to say ruins everything, but it's not ruins everything. It's
I do sometimes.
reviews everything.
Reviews everything. Thank you. And until next time, I hope you have a pleasant evening. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Or morning, I suppose.
Good game.
Thank you.
That got me chills.
Yeah,
I was-
can't wait to see.
I have been stressing for like the past 2 weeks, like, what does he want to ask Zolos? I've been planning like every single thing that I could, being like, okay, we'll see this, we'll see that, you know.
He's written out the whole.
If you need that, just let me know. I can.
Yeah,
totally
and I
He's
thought
written
about
out the whole
asking you.
dialogue tree. He's like, which way is he gonna go?
And I thought about asking you, but I was just kind of like, you know what? I might as well play it by ear.
Good thing Cory's a natural language AI.
Yeah, exactly.
You're able to just
Chat
GPT.
COR.
Wow.
CRYET.